sometimes brain damage happens and people actually become different people. Like I heard about this one time.
He represents himself.
Yeah.
The cool air takes me back just for a moment. And
Hey, this is Briana for Unsigned and Unleashed, and I'm here with A Lot Like Birds. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
Sweet. All right, can you guys do some magic and explain your name and your role in the band? Starting with Kurt.
Oh, I'm Kurt and I sing.
Okay.
Corey, and I sing.
I'm Joseph and I sing. I play the drums.
I'm Michael and I play bass.
I'm Michael. I'm Michael, and I play guitar.
How has tour been going so far, and how have people been reacting to the new songs?
I think very well. I think kids have gotten to like used to them like online listening to them or whatever. So yeah, I would say it's good response. First couple shows weren't as big, but they're getting progressively bigger, and yeah, it's awesome. Tonight is going to be a pretty good turnout, I think.
Cool. All right, so you guys put out a couple guitar tutorials for Conversation Piece, and I saw that a couple fans have been asking if you guys are going to do that again. So, for Ben and Mikey over here, are you guys planning on doing that for No Place?
I think we might be down to do that again. We are considering doing tab booklets for the what's it called, pre-order, but that was going to take a really long time and wasn't really going to be time efficient. So I don't know, if time permits, then we'll do both a video and some tab booklets.
Sweet. Okay, so which song off the new album do you identify with the most and why?
Musically, I like Hand Over Mouth over and over again. That was just my favorite to work on. And then as far as what Corey and Kurt did, I think I like Croy Ledge the most.
I think what's really cool about the album is that each song has such a different theme, even though it's all based on the concept. So each song can have an identifiable part. Should I start over?
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
Each song has, you could identify with each song at different points in your life. Like if you would ask me this question over the summer, I would have told you Hand Over Mouth, that was a song, but, then later on it would have been Recluse, because every once in a while, you get in a state of depression in your house is where you experience that most of the time, so you become a recluse. And so, that's, I think what's really cool about it is that it's so dynamic in that way that I think each one of us could choose a different song at any different point of the day. Done.
Anybody else?
You don't have a favorite song? You don't like any of them? Scrapping the album.
Vanity's Fair is probably my favorite. The horns really identify with it a lot. It's hard to say because from a lyrical standpoint, the album's very personal, but not necessarily personal, like individualized specifically to myself or to Kurt. There's songs that deal with things that other people are going through that I am not personally going through, and so probably the song that is the most honest and actually deeply personal would probably just be Myth of Lasting Sympathy, but I still resonate with all of the other songs, whether or not they're particularly about my own life.
I meant to say no nurture, not Croy Ledge.
Correction.
For the record.
For the record. Important. Edit.
That's not confusing.
No. For them, I like what they did on no nurture.
Do you think that people change, or is that something that people just say?
People definitely change.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that, the universal truth is like, constant change. Is that what you're kind of
I guess there's people who think that people change all the time, and then there's people who think that, like, the core of who you are doesn't really change.
I think there's two kinds of changing in life. I think there's the change that a lot of us are unaware of that just happens to us naturally, and then there's the kind of change where we objectively change for a reason, whether it be for good or bad. And so I think, yeah, people change for both reasons. And sometimes people work really hard to control those things, and sometimes they don't. But I think that, above all else, is what defines a lot of people. You know, you make a lot of mistakes, and you have to change. It kind of defines who you are, whether or not you're able to. Or sometimes people change for the worse without even meaning to. I mean, it's a pretty deep question, but
Sometimes brain damage happens, and people actually become different people.
That's true.
Like, I heard about this one
he represents
time.
himself.
Facts of life.
Some people don't change. I mean, there's all sorts of situations. Some people just stay, like the two people that get married or something like that, and they've, every day they do the exact same thing, and then they die. They don't really change.
If you're in a band full time, can you make a relationship work if the other person doesn't like your band?
Especially if another person doesn't like your band.
Don't date somebody who's into your band first ever. In fact, like probably the most attractive quality about my girlfriend initially was she was like, "Are you still doing this stupid thing?" Like, yeah, I am.
You don't want to date somebody that absolutely hates your band, though.
That's true.
Just, then you have problems there. So I guess it goes both ways.
Yeah, that person,
You have to find a middle ground.
that person has to understand the nature of what it is to be in a band or commitment and not feel threatened by what you care about music and our
Yeah,
career.
that's very true.
Because someone want to feel like because you love music, that means you don't love it as much, or like that it's a competitive force.
Well, at the same time, then, there's the months on the road, there's the time spent with the band members on top of the job at home. So there's a lot of time away from your significant other. So it's, it's something that, it's basically with any career choice. This one is typically harder, but just with any career choice, you have to be able to love what they're doing too.
It honestly takes a lot of selflessness on the person's part to be willing to put up with our lifestyle.
Butter, what do you think?
Not in a relationship?
Okay, well, let's just say, like,
Butter single?
And it's really tough for that to work out for me. So, I'm where I am right now.
Alright. Okay, sweet. So, what's your relationship been like with Equal Vision since you guys have signed?
Incredible.
Amazing.
Well, that's a good relationship.
That's marriage material.
It's like being a part of a legend.
I think they like our band too, which is pretty good.
Yeah. But they're not like fangirls.
That's important. Alright, so my last question is, how would you describe a good person? Went there, came back, circled back. Now I'm here.
Good people. We meet good people on a regular basis through touring.
Yeah. Do we have time to go through that list? Because
Yeah. It's amazing because like it's easy when you're at home and you have your circle of people that you know. It's easy to see the flaws in everyone around and become jaded and start to believe that people are that their vice is who they are, that they are selfish or immoral, etc., etc. But we actually have been put in a really fortunate position where we meet so many people on a day-to-day basis, and the people who let us stay at their houses, will let 7 strange men come into their houses and sleep on their carpets, or come to shows and just do something as simple as buy merchandise, buy a ticket to the show. Like that's a good act, and acts are, you know, a fairly easy way to define what a person is by the goodness or not goodness of their acts.
Goodness is as goodness does.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah. I agree.
Wholeheartedly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, we totally agree. No, I mean the people that put us up every night, those are like good people. You know, the people that come to the shows and support us and stuff like that, we've gotten to know them and they're awesome. I would definitely agree with Coy on that.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to me.
Thank you.
Awesome.